All right, today's December 5th, I believe, right? The 5th or the 6th?
Either or, I'm not sure.
All right.
Now that I'm retired, I don't
Well,
care.
it's the first day of the Bring a Trailer auction, and we're going to finally get to shoot the drive video. I have Don Fields, Mr. M Car, that's going to do the drive video. I thought it was fitting that we bring him out here to drive the car one last time and show how the car drives, maybe mention some of the things that have been done to the car over the past 13 years. So I'll hand it off to Don now.
All right, let's get this thing started and go. Starts good.
Nice cold day today here in New Jersey.
I always had a lot of fun driving this car. It was really cool, and it's still a old school M car, so it's a driver's car. It's not like a lot of this new stuff that has all these bells and whistles. And you really got to drive this. It's a pleasure to drive this car, I think. I'll let it warm up a little bit, and then I'll goose it once or twice, so
Okay.
you can see that. Never beat on a cold car.
Do you want to go back roads, or do you want to stay on the main road pretty much?
You tell me where we're going.
You know what? I always take this route here, so if you make a right after this, it's got that back street there.
And as you can see, this thing went right into fifth gear easily. The car's cold, and it comes right back. So that fifth gear detent problem that these cars are rather famous or infamous for is repaired and fixed, and it won't happen again.
You know, there was a mention of the subframe already.
Yeah, so this car was actually my prototype for the rear floor repair. And in the process of doing that, I came up with, I worked with my fabricator, and we came up with something for the floor. And then with subsequent repairs, and I've done a number of them over the years. Matter of fact, I've asked a couple of people that I've done them for, one including a turbocharged car making a lot of horsepower, and we did annual inspections on it, and the floor has never come apart. So aside from fixing the original problem of doing the spot welds, the rear floor is reinforced fairly extensively, but not enough to alter the crash structure of the car, so that this won't happen again, and everything's been addressed on it. And then after all of the metal and everything is put in there, it gets primered, and then it gets sealed up with 3M Marine Tex, and then after that it gets the Worth rocker shuts put upon it, so it won't need anything. And I think you probably took photos of that.
Yes. Yep. And we got a straightaway coming up here on this right. As long as we don't get caught behind a school bus, you could probably open it up pretty much on this road. But just be aware that could be a deer. That's always my biggest fear on this road.
And I'm gonna miss this car.
Wow.
Feels nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, yep.
This car doesn't even have software in it. Car doesn't even have software in it. It's the 3.2 liter engine, but you put the early intake manifold on it. It loses about 10 foot-pounds of torque below 3,000 RPM, but above that, it just breathes really well.
Wow, I'd say.
I'm just too bloody big for this car, and between my retirement, my motorcycle, everything else, and I'm downsizing on my fleet, I can't justify owning it. But there was something about this car that initially attracted me, and I couldn't figure out what it is. Besides me liking counterculture cars, this reminded me of like the first hot rod I lusted after, and that was a 240Z. And it's along the same lines. It's a straight 6-cylinder. It's got a nice long hood. The seating position's a little bit back, and it always reminded me of that. Straight here, right?
We make a right here. This will take us right back to Shafto.
the aftermarket exhaust.
Yeah.
I am including the factory exhaust. I did like this exhaust system though, because you can have a conversation in this car. I hate, let's call it a young person's aftermarket exhaust, where you can't even have a conversation in the car. Those are just terrible.
Yeah, this has a nice growl though when you get on it.
But it's not, you know,
obnoxious
when normal driving. You're not going to piss the wife off. She'll go for a ride with you in this car.
Well, you're going to be spending a lot more time with her soon.
Yeah, I should be.
No more 9 to 5. And up about a quarter mile, we come back up to the main road. Cool.
Stops nice and straight.
Beautiful.
Other than a couple old tires, this car should be 100% mechanically.
Yeah, I'd definitely say.
I've got an extensive list of everything I've done to this car, and it's quite a bit. I was intending on using it again, and then I just decided I had other fish to fry. And the air conditioning was just serviced. It was a tad low after about 5 years of not use, but been completely evacuated and recharged. It's all up to snuff.
It presently has what, 103,643.
Yep.
643 miles.
You see all the synchros are nice and smooth. There's no issues there, no grinding. I didn't put 5,000 miles a year on this car. All of my cars always got serviced on the 5s. 100, 105, 110. Given the limited amount of mileage on this, I would just change all of the fluids once a year. It was easy for me to do. I just put it on the back lift, and either myself or one of my guys would just do it. The roof does work. I'll open it this one time. I don't recommend it gets used unless you absolutely have to. These parts are made of unobtainium anymore.
Very nice. That was perfect. So,
and you can see, nice smooth idle, no complaints. Car runs well.
Awesome. Well, it's either December 5th or 6th, but it is the first day of the auction of this car, and this car is presently on Bring a Trailer auction. Just got listed this morning, and you just got the drive video from the owner, Don Fields, Mr. M Car himself. I want to wish you the best of luck on your retirement, Don.
Thank you very much.